Katey Halbert, the horn player of the Wild Prairie Wind Quintet, and this is my week of our Quick Fix educational video series. This is a video today that's going to focus on embouchure and air and how that can help us expand the range of our instrument. Some people are not aware that the horn actually has an incredible low register, and it's very fun and not always apparent in our repertoire that it can go so low. Makes your nose tickle a little bit. Almost sounds like a tuba. And so how can we work and develop that range on our instrument? Well, it's actually quite easy. As we focus on our embouchure and our air, we also can just very easily do these exercises that go on these open partials of our instrument, starting on our open F horn. So the notes that I start with are the basis of our harmonic series. So that's C, G, and then our low C. So as we think about going lower on the horn, we have to assess what changes from our mid-register. And the first thing that I like to start thinking about is making sure that the top lip of my embouchure is able to be relaxed and loose. So making sure there's not a lot of pressure from the mouthpiece and making sure that all of my top lip is in the mouthpiece. The next element is thinking about our air speed. So like we talked about in our first video, our normal exhale of the instrument, of our air, should feel very relaxed. It shouldn't feel forced. We shouldn't feel like there's any tension that comes from that exhale. So as we start working into our low range, we actually have to think about our airstream being a little bit heavier and a little bit warmer. So thinking about during the winter time when you go to warm your hands, you think about that really heavy exhale that gets your hands just a little bit moist from all that condensation. And that's the kind of airstream that needs to go into the horn, this very heavy and slower airstream that helps keep the top lip vibrating at that really wide frequency. And then the last element as we go for that super bottom note is thinking about holding a golf ball on the tongue and thinking about dropping the jaw just a little bit. So if you see me play, you see that there's stages of my jaw dropping, and what I'm doing is I'm opening up the oral cavity inside the mouth to again facilitate this wider airstream. So remembering, however, that that does not mean that my embouchure inside the mouthpiece is opening up. You have to keep your lips together to keep that buzz going. So doing that on the open horn, I can just as easily now do it on the second valve of the horn. First valve. 1 and 2. 2 and 3. 1 and 3. And then 1, 2, and 3. So if you're doing everything correctly, you should feel like your nose is tickling a little bit. You may notice some more spit in your horn because of that warmer airstream. And if at any point you're having a hard time getting the buzz happening, remember to keep your lips just a little bit closer together and remember to assess your air speed. The next step would be going into the pedal notes, which we can do using our thumb valve. So I kind of go through the same fingering combinations again of open, second, first, etc. But now I have to then alternate with my thumb valve. So it's going to start with thumb, and then open, and then thumb again. And now we're getting into the pedal range. So these notes are actually below the bass clef. Getting us all the way down to our fundamental pedal C. So hopefully working on these exercises and changing how we're using our embouchure and our air have it help you to expand your range into that bottom basement level. And once you start, you will never stop because playing low horn is a lot of fun. So tune in next time where we will talk about how to use embouchure and air to work on our high range. Thanks for stopping by.